If I traded it all, if I gave
So
it
welcome back.
all
Now, my next guest has also never been on the show before with me. I have with me Mark, and I hope I say it right, Donegan.
That's correct.
And he is the president of SEO Ranking Agency. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hey, that's great. Thanks, Carol. It's really awesome to be here talking to you and your audience. So what I do is I drive traffic to primarily small business websites. And it's what's unique about this. Now, SEO stands for search engine optimization. A lot of people are maybe familiar. You've heard of there are ways that you can get your site. So when somebody searches for your product or the service you provide, that your site ranks more highly. But there's an added element to that that's really important, because it's one thing to be number one, but if everybody just goes to your website and then leaves because they're not finding what they need, or maybe they don't understand how you can meet their need, then it was sort of wasted effort. And so what we focus on is not only getting you in that top position, so that if someone's looking for, whether it's a roofer in Phoenix or a dentist in Scottsdale or an attorney in Mesa, where I happen to live, where my office is, that not only will they find you, they'll click on your site, but that then they'll take action, which of course, for pretty much all of us, that means pick up the phone or maybe send an email.
Well, the one thing that we sort of heard about this SEO for a while now, but we don't know how to do it. Nobody knows how to really do it.
It's magic. It's Google.
It really is. So you're going to be doing something awesome for our listeners, and that is you're offering everyone to get entered into win a free website analysis, and this is a video analysis. Will you tell everybody a little bit about what that is?
I would love to. So what I will do for everyone who calls in during the show is I will provide a written report. This is usually about 14 to even 16 or 17 pages that provides think of it as an audit or an SEO readiness of your website is kind of the best way to think about it. But in addition to this, I will produce, usually they work out to be anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes, a video that you can watch where I will use the various tools, and you'll see live, you'll see your website, you'll see me narrating. I do a little picture-in-picture, so I'm kind of down in the corner there, so you see there's really someone that's doing this, and I'll just speak through, and really this is a $500 service. If you said I have a web developer who's very experienced, but I need a roadmap for what to do, then you could literally take this report and this video and you could implement it. It's not going to be as effective as if you have ongoing efforts for SEO done on your website, but it would be a place to start. Now,
you say that you are in Gilbert, but that you can work with people nationwide.
Absolutely, yeah. Our office actually is in Mesa, but we work.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mesa.
Yes,
I said
yes.
I'm sorry.
But that's okay. That's okay. The point is, the beautiful thing, and also this is why SEO is so important, is that a lot of local businesses will invest, for example, in maybe pay-per-click advertising, and so you feel really good. You have your ads running. The problem is that if you're running a local business in Chandler or wherever you are, and you're getting clicks from to your website from someone in California or someone in New York or someone from Wyoming, that doesn't do you very well. You know, it's not. You're probably not going to go do a roof in Colorado. Mm-hmm, right. So consequently, we can work anywhere. We're not bounded to just supporting businesses in Arizona or in the Phoenix market in particular, but we do focus very specifically on not just driving traffic, but driving the traffic you want, which is to say that you want visitors to your website, but if
you want them buying,
that's right. You want buyers that you can actually service. So even if they pick up the phone, if they're in Florida, that's nice, but they're probably not going to be your customer.
Right. Now, your phone number to call you direct. Do you do consultations with people?
I do, but generally we need to. Here's the process. Let me just explain that. It's really simple. If you were to call me up, and I think you were going with where my phone number is, so or what my phone number is, so it's 480-809-2275. And if you're to call that and we strike up a conversation, I'm going to ask you some high-level questions about what your business is, what the focus of your business is, what your needs for search engine optimization are. But ultimately, I've got to look at the website. And so I have various tools and methods and techniques that I can use to really almost think of it like health, assess the health, the readiness, and then we can formulate a plan and we can go from there.
Now, his phone number is 480-809-2275. The website is SEO Ranker Agency.com. And when you say that you do small businesses, how small is small? Because we've got a lot of in-home based businesses out there today.
That's right. Well, yeah, there obviously has to be a certain size. So here's the way to think of it this way. Typically, if someone is investing today in advertising, and usually, and I'm speaking of online advertising, so Google AdWords is probably the most common, although there can be Facebook and there's other portals and other platforms. But someone who's spending, in the neighborhood of maybe $1,000 to $2,000, certainly more than $2,000 a month, SEO starts to make sense. That is to say that we can shift all of that budget or a major portion of that budget and show significantly better ROI. There's another factor, and that is that you have to look at what the average sale is. So typically I'm dealing with professionals who, if they are in the building trade, for example, so a residential roof is between maybe $8,000 and $12,000 on average. So it's really easy to compute the value of just one additional roof a month, and that more than offsets the minimal cost. My fees are not as high as the cost of a roof, and it makes sense.
Now, he's offering for everyone to get entered into win. It's a free website video analysis. That's of him doing the video of this. It's awesome. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. This is a $500 value free to you or anyone you know. Okay, so why is it so important that we should be looking at SEO today?
Well, it's a great question, and here's the I think we can just anecdotally we can think of our own behaviors, right? If I need certainly if I'm out of the house, I'm going to turn to my mobile phone for almost anything that I need, any business. But Google says, and there's been a lot of studies around this, so it's not a biased report. 80% of searches for a local business, that is, you're a consumer, you have a need, whatever that is, starts on a search engine, 80%. And the other 20%, probably it's word of mouth, it's asking your friend, your neighbor, your family, and they probably Googled it. And so ultimately, you might say even 100% start on a search engine. 43% of those searches, so roughly half, start on a mobile phone. So what that means is that if you're not found, you can have a prime location, prime physical location. You can have billboards, you can be, but if at that point of decision, when the consumer needs what you have to offer, if you can't be found, and that is on Google, then unfortunately they probably went to your competitor.
Sure they did. Now, again, you could check him out on his website, which is SEO Ranker Agency.com. His phone number, it's 480-809-2275. And keep on calling here throughout the rest of the show for that free website analysis, which is a video analysis. It's a $500 value free to you. 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Okay, so you say that the results are what?
Well, the results, typical, I like to measure results in ROI.
Everybody does.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right? So I like to say, a #1 ranking on Google, unfortunately, doesn't pay my mortgage payment or, my obligations, and it won't pay yours either. So ROIs for us start at 3 to 1. We have never worked with anybody that just think of it this way, for every dollar that they they pay us, that they don't get at least $3 back in investment. And so it just makes sense. Typically, it's much higher, but there's obviously a range of factors, but it's a very, very good ROI. And we can talk about also how that compares to pay-per-click advertising, because again, that is an investment.
A lot of people don't understand it. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So PPC. So very simple. Basically, what it means is I'm paying for an ad. So you feel good about that, because when you search for a major term related to your business, it's the ad's gonna be #1 on Google. The problem is the consumers typically don't click those ads. First of all, second of all, they're not targeted. So it means again that I could be getting clicks that I'm paying for. By the way, there's no differentiation. So it's not like I can pay less because it came from California, and so it's not targeted. SEO is fully targeted based on where you are.
I'll tell you something. You know your stuff, and you can tell it, and you can tell that you're passionate about it too. Our lines are open here. Everyone's getting entered in to win the free website analysis. That's a video analysis. It's a $500 value, free to you. 602-277-5369. Check them out. It's SEO Ranker Agency.com or 480-809-2275.